Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
Happy Monday. We are back. Another edition of the Dynasty Dugout Show. I can't wait to break down my live looks from the weekend. I'm going to do 2 episodes today. So right now, I'm going to talk about my live looks. I set on games in Greenville this weekend between Greenville and Bowling Green. So looking at some really good pitchers. I want to talk about those. It'll probably be a little shorter today, but I did want to break those down before going into basically like the whole landscape of the minor leagues. I will come back later this afternoon. I'm going to record another one regarding the top performers and things that stood out to me from the first weekend of full affiliate minor league baseball. It's back, baby. We're rolling. This week I'll be in Columbia, some Columbia Fireflies and Charleston River Dogs. So more Tampa Bay Rays. I've seen a lot of Tampa Bay Rays early. I was considering driving to Myrtle Beach. Carolina's playing there. Carolina has Jesus Mate, but they'll be in Columbia in 2 weeks, and Jesus Mate might play infrequently this week. So not going to waste a 4-hour drive one way when you could just easily see him in 2 weeks. So I'll see Bryce Message. I'll see Luis Pena. I'll see Eric Patante. I'll see Jesus Mate in 2 weeks. So a little bit more waiting, but my impatience wanted to go this week, but I don't think it'll be worth the drive. We'll just say that. But before we dive into the show, you know the usual. The episode is brought to you by Connect Roasters, Ian Happ's coffee company. You can get Ian Happ's Gold Glove Blend, buy one, get one 50% off on the site. And it's a great deal, by the way. I mean, to get a bag of coffee 50% off, like, that's pretty good. Go use the code Dynasty Dugout there or use the link in the description. Great coffee. Finished my cup already. I stayed up till like 1 a.m. last night, so I'll probably get another cup here pretty soon. I cold brew it. It's great. Everything you could ask for in a cup of coffee. So go get that at connectroasters.com. Also, we're proud to be sponsored by Chinook Seedery, the best sunflower seeds in the game. They have a wide variety of flavors. They've got great seeds, and you can get 10% off your first order using the code Dynasty Dugout at checkout. Let's dive into the action. Ton of good stuff from this weekend. So right off the top, I want to start with Juan Valera. Valera pitched on Saturday. Highly anticipated start for me. He's the youngest pitcher in High-A. The Red Sox gave him an aggressive assignment. Like, that tells you what you need to know about how they view him as an arm. Valera was good last year, but he really popped this spring and was standing out on the backfields in a big way. And so I was really looking forward to this. I was hoping Peyton Tolley would pitch this weekend. He did not. He'll pitch this week. They're on the road. I'll catch him in 2 weeks, or I guess in 1 week. But Valera was the highlight this weekend. Valera was phenomenal. And you look at the line, it's like, okay, like, Chris, he didn't pitch that good. 3 2/3. He allowed 2 earned. He allowed 3 walks, a homer. Like, Emilien Pitre hit a homer off of him. Like, it wasn't that great. And I understand where you're coming from, like, if that's your view. But here's the thing about minor league stat lines is that watching a player matters so much more than the stat line. And here's why. Like, one, Bowling Green's lineup stacked with lefties. The Rays have a ton of lefties in their Oregon. They had 5 lefties in the lineup. So Valera was throwing a first pitch slider to lefties every single at-bat. It was bizarre, but he was trying to backdoor these lefties with a slider on the outside corner, and he threw some balls. Like, he wound up with a 62% strike rate, which is good. Like, 62% is above average from where the high standard was last year. So that's worth noting that he had a 62% strike rate. I know he walked 3. He had some at-bats that just got away from him. One batter, he started 0-2, 4 straight balls. Like, you can't do that. Like, that's a little bit concerning. And there were some other ones that were just, he was just missing his spots. And, like, he's 18, though. He's 18 facing high pitchers or hitters. So, like, things are going to happen. But the stuff with Valera was nasty. I think that's what we have to note here is that Valera was extremely good. And it's stuff that you can dream on from a high-level starter. Fastball set 96 to 98. It touched 100 in the first inning, so he touched triple digits. He was blowing it by hitters. He spins it well. He locates it extremely well up in the zone. You can see that if you're watching the video. I think it's an exceptional pitch. It's a plus pitch from an 18-year-old. Like, it's what it is. So the fastball is extremely good. Good IVB, good spin rates, good location for the most part. I think that there were some locations that were sporadic at times, but I do think overall, like, he located them extremely well. But when you can throw that hard, you should be using it more. Like, he used it 37% of the time, but I think it was just by design. Like, he was throwing a lot more sliders, and I think that was a pitch depth thing that they wanted him to work on. You see this a lot in the minors. I don't think people take it into account at all, but I mean, lefties knew the slider was coming on the first pitch, and they're just like, just show me. So he throws 2 sliders, and that's important. He throws a shorter slider, and then he throws a longer sweeper. The interesting thing is, like, the velocity on the sweeper is really high. Like, I don't think he threw a pitch below 86. He threw some nasty, like, back foot sweepers to lefties too. And there's one in the video where he makes, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Noah Myers, look like a fool. I mean, third pitch or his third strike swinging, back foot slider, just an ugly swing on it. And I think he was caught off guard. Changeup looked really good too. This isn't an ordinary 94-mile-an-hour changeup. It worked 91, 94. His changeup has a good depth and fade for that velocity. You don't see that often when a arm's throwing a changeup that often, but like Bubba Chandler-esque changeup. Bubba Chandler is a good changeup. Chandler's changeup sits in that low 90s range. That's what I saw. Like, this Arsenal comps really closely to like a Yarlin Susana. Now, Susana's a little bit older. He does throw harder. Susana like averaged 100 last year, and I had Susana last year a couple games, and he was 102 in the 5th inning. But he's also a couple years older. He's also 6'6", 260. Like, he's a tank in his effortless velocity. But to see the slider in that velo range and the changeup in that velo range, like, was very similar to what I've saw out of Susana. Valera's a guy. How high do you push him? That's the question. Like, you obviously want to see more. You want to see how the command looks, you know, as we see more starts. But hard to not be impressed with what Valera did in his first high start. Utter dominance. Like, I want to throw this changeup up here because I just can't stop watching it, honestly. Like, that's a nasty pitch at 91 miles an hour. So Valera's the dude. Jojo Ingrassia, I mean, this is a guy that put up numbers last year, like sub 2 ERA last year in single A, sub 1 whip, 40% strikeout rate. And everybody's kind of like, why are you not higher on this guy? Like, why is he still not ranked higher in your Red Sox rankings? I mean, he's set like low 90s. And I just thought that Ingrassia lived on deception last year. He was a college arm facing single A guys all year. He was a piggyback starter. He didn't throw a lot of innings. He was like 58, 65 innings. I don't remember off the top of my head. Don't have it in front of me. But here's the thing. Ingrassia's progression has been really, really good. He was in the upper 80s in college at Fullerton. He set low 90s last year. He averaged near 94 in the start. And he threw 4 1/3. He piggybacked Valera. Like, he was really good. He throws from a funky slot. Like, he does his best Chris Sale delivery. So literally, you go watch, if you're watching the video on YouTube, like, he wants to look like Chris Sale. And it's pretty good deception. So the fastball plays up above 94, which is good. Like, that's important. He's throwing a long sweepy slider to lefties. He's got a changeup that runs away from righties. Really good pitch there. It's a really good arsenal. Like, the slider was 86, 87. Changeup was 86 to 88. And the fastball sitting 94, that's notable. Like, that is a notable velocity jump for Jojo Ingrassia. He kind of opened my eyes a little bit. So I would say keep an eye on this guy. Like, I think that he's pretty good. If the velocity sticks, like, I don't know, we might be looking at something. He's still got some projection. The fact that he's consistently added for 2 straight off seasons, that's notable. I think he's a top 30 prospect in the system. I did not have him there. He might even be like closer to 20-ish in the Red Sox system for me now that he's added that velocity. It's super notable. So Jojo Ingrassia, the Red Sox, major standout there. A couple other arms. Hayden Mullins. I mean, Mullins is much the same of what I saw from last year. I had a lot of Hayden Mullins last year. I like Hayden Mullins. Mullins is a lefty, 92, 94. It's a unique fastball, though. Like, the way he hides it from the left side, like, he hides it exceptionally well, and it gets you on you late. Yeah, I mean, it showed. Like, it had a 19.5% swinging strike rate last year. Very impressive pitch. Like, one of the better fastballs that we saw in the minors, considering the velocity. That swinging strike rate's legit. So, like, it's good IVB. It's a deceptive release point. It's a beautiful changeup from the left side. Really good changeup from Hayden Mullins. Good slider as well. You can see some of the video. I didn't shoot the Friday night game with my cameras, just given the nature. It was a sold out game. A lot going on opening day. So, so you can see some old video, though. He's the same pitcher. And when he's throwing strikes, like, it's really good. Strike throwing improved last year. And I thought the command was pretty good in the start. So Hayden Mullins is good. Maybe not an MLB starter, but he's a solid MLB arm. Garrett Edwards of the Rays, he's an interesting arm. He has been hurt a lot of his career. LSU product. He was an 11th round pick in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. He hasn't pitched a lot, though. He got, I think, like 5 innings after being drafted in his pro debut. And then he had 7 innings last year coming back at the complex. I mean, he threw 5 innings. Like, he was decent. He didn't walk anybody. He struck out 3. The stuff is interesting. I thought the changeup was really good. It was a mid-80s changeup, set around 85 to 86, but it's got good shape to it. You can see some of the video here. I thought it was a good changeup from him. Decent slider. It was 86, 87-ish. And the fastball worked 92, 95. Like, when he was 95, it was much better than 92. So Garrett Edwards is interesting. Like, he was mostly a reliever at LSU. That team also, we're talking about teams that had, like, some absurd starters on them, so it made it a little bit more difficult for him to find the reps in the rotation. But again, he didn't throw a lot. I mean, he had 68 total college innings in 3 seasons. Garrett Edwards just needs a full season being healthy on the mound. I think that's the most important thing. I mean, you look at him, he's 6'5", he's 220. It's a good frame. I think that Garrett Edwards is like a watch list guy for me. To like go at him immediately. The same with Marcus Johnson, who pitched on Friday night for Bowling Green. He was like 92 on the fastball, some interesting secondaries, but nothing that like really jumped off and caught my eye. But as the pitchers, Gary Gilhill pitched Sunday. I was not there on Sunday. Took the day off. Didn't really do much baseball stuff. It's just last week was a grind, and we're fully grinding. So I took Sunday off. I didn't go watch Gary Gilhill, but I just seen him in the spring. I was in Florida, saw him. So I didn't feel the need, like, oh, I got to be there to see Gary Gilhill. But, like, Gilhill's good. We know that. Great starter. And he was good in the start. It was raining a little bit, so they just went 7 innings, run rule, but also it was raining. Another reason I didn't go. But, yeah, let's take a quick break, and we will talk some hitters. All right, let's talk some hitters because there are some interesting guys. This Bowling Green team wasn't as interesting as it has been in the past. They had some studs last year when I saw Bowling Green, but still some interesting names. And Greenville's lineup, not all that great either. But let's break them down. Aidan Smith is probably the biggest name between both lineups. Miguel Blyce was out. He's hurt right now. Should be back soon, though. Just a little behind. But I think he'll be back in the next couple of weeks. So kind of watching that. But Greenville's lineup was interesting because of that. But Bowling Green did have some guys like Aidan Smith. Adrian Santana looked really good. I like Emilien Pitre a lot. But I do want to start with Aidan Smith. Smith has kind of been my guy since the draft. His prep data was super good. Out of Texas, like big high school, good showcase data. Like that really caught my eye. 4th round overslot by the Mariners. Aidan Smith was then traded to the Rays as part of the Randy Arozarena deal last summer. I saw Smith for a little bit in Charleston last year. And then getting to see him in High-A now. He is a little bit older. He's like 20 and a half, so a little bit older for the 2023 prep cycle. But good frame. He's like 6'3", good athlete. He's got strong legs. He's built well. He runs well. I think Smith does a lot of things pretty well. Now, there was some whiff. Like, I saw whiffs through some fastballs. Albeit, like, he faced some good pitchers. Like, facing Hayden Mullins, fastball is unique. And, like, 93 from Mullins is a little bit different than most guys, especially from the left side. But, like, I thought Aidan Smith showed some things over the weekend. He had a couple of hits. He showed good athleticism. He was good in the outfield. There's juice in the bat. Like, there's no doubt about that, just given how high we've seen him max out EV-wise. We saw the 9th percentile be close to MLB average last year in his first pro season. Like, that'll absolutely play. So, looking at these kind of profiles, like, it's much just a matter of time before it pops. Like, I think Aidan Smith can be a 2020 type guy. And you look at him, like, there's that juice in the bat for sure. He hits the ball at ideal angles better than like anybody. Like, his air rate and his air pull rate are both really, really good. So you like to see that. And the speed's there. It's just a question about contact, especially against breakers. How does that look? It'll be determined, I think. But I think it's a good, challenging assignment for him in high A. And I really like what Aidan Smith can do and bring to the table. So, yeah, certainly watch out for Aidan Smith this year. He's a top 100 guy for me. Aidan Smith is weird. I feel like there's been a race to be like, everybody wants to be the highest on him, because I've seen people talk about him as already being a top 25 guy. I don't think there's any argument for that. Like, look at the guys in the top 25 prospects. I don't care if you say it's a down prospect cycle. There's not a single argument for me to say that Aidan Smith is a top 25 prospect. Does he have the pedigree and potential to reach there? Absolutely. Like, I thought I was bold, like having him in the top 100 pretty early last year, but apparently not. It just feels like an arms race at this point for prospect Twitter. Like, everybody wants to be the highest on everybody. Just kind of is what it is. But I think Emilien Pitre is very underrated. Second rounder out of Kentucky last year. Pitre is an interesting player. He's shorter, but he's strong, like stocky kind of frame. There's some things to like in that profile. When you look at Pitre, I thought he had sneaky pop last year with a metal bat. I mean, you look at the data, he ran like a 105 mile-an-hour ninth percentile, which with metal, like, you see that tick back a lot. Like, it's probably like slightly below average power, but there's juice in the bat. I mean, I saw him take Juan Valera deep. Like, I don't want to pull up what pitch that was, but I mean, it was no easy task for him to take Juan Valera deep in the third inning. It was a slider, 87 mile-an-hour slider, and Pitre deposited it opposite field, which is pretty notable. Pretty deep part of the park. It wasn't over the Green Monster. It was kind of like in between the Green Monster and Greenville and center field. Here's the swing if you want to look at it. It's a really good approach with Pitre. Like, he doesn't chase all that often. He had a 17% chase rate in Kentucky, paired with an 87% zone contact rate. And all of it translated. He had a really good pro debut last year. He looked really good for me in spring breakout on the backfield. He looked really good this weekend. I think Pitre is just underrated. It's a deep race system. It's easy for him to fly under that radar. So, Emilien Pitre, second baseman, he's 22 in high A, but again, just drafted last summer. Really interesting bat. I like this profile a lot. So, bat to ball, good approach, sneaky power. We'll see. Where does the power land with Wood? We shall see. But Adrian Santana stood out. He was the Rays first rounder in 2023. I think like $3 million bonus. I had to look it up, but it was a pretty high bonus for Adrian Santana. Picked like 30th overall. Santana's interesting. He has not filled out the frame at all. He is very skinny, very wiry frame, but he gave some good looks this weekend. I was impressed with Santana. He just played 2 games, Friday and Saturday, but those are the ones I saw. And he had 4 hits, including a triple. There's legit speed in Adrian Santana's bat. He's a pretty good glove at shortstop. I did see him misplay a ball, and it was a shot. Like I will say, it was a hard hit liner. It was like a one hop that he just misplayed a little bit. But historically, like, I've seen Santana a decent bit, and the glove's good. Like, he's a good shortstop with a pretty good arm. Like, he's still 19. So I wonder if he does mature and fill out his frame a little bit. He hasn't to this point. You can see if you're watching the video, like, he's pretty rail thin. And it looks even small. Like, I will note that he looks bigger in jersey than he did last year. Like, he was very, like, a rail skinny last year. So he may put on a little weight. I do think he's a plus runner. He was thrown out attempting to steal twice, but he stole 51 bases last year. Just call it 9 times. The clock times are good. Santana, good bat to ball, and he just sprayed liners all over the field and made things happen. So I think it's a question of, like, does Adrian Santana eventually, like, tap into more power? Does he fill out? We'll see. Ryan Spikes, I mean, he was a little bit buzzy in the 2021 draft as a prep player out of Georgia. The Rays took him in the third. They gave him an overslot bonus near $1 million. There's been swing and miss. There's been injuries, but he had the drive number all weekend. He had 4 hits and 7 trips to the plate, 2 singles, and he really had Jojo Ingrassia's number. He had a home run off of him that was smoked to dead center. Actually, the home run was to left center. And then the next at bat, he smokes one to dead center. It's 420 to dead center in Greenville, which is obviously worth noting. And the wall's tall. Like, it's a tall 420. And he banged it off the top of the wall and had triple. Spikes has good athleticism, good speed. Well, he showed some good things in left field, too. But there's been contact and strikeout concerns throughout his career. It's a toolsy guy with good speed. Where's the pop kind of fall? He has a smaller bat, so yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to kind of see, but Spikes did give some good looks for sure. And finally, I want to wrap up the show with Nelly Taylor, who everybody always asks, like, which bat's going to break out in Greenville? And I think it's probably Nelly. Like, that's the guy. They were kind of buzzing about him all spring. Like, the Red Sox internally love this guy. And next to Justin Gonzalez, like, he was probably the buzziest hitter that the internals that we're talking about, and for good reason. Last year when Nelly came up at the end of the year in Greenville, he looked good. Like, this is a lefty bat with legit power. He's a good athlete, good speed. He stole 33 bases last year, and that was pretty solid. He got more efficient as the year went on. He was 30 of his last 35 after being called a decent amount early. But the power's good. I mean, I saw him bang a 106 mile an hour home run last year in the last series of the year. And then he blasted one. So, like, Nelly's first at bat of the season, I mentioned the wall in Greenville being deep. Dead center to, like, the wall. Almost left the yard. Big fly out. Next at bat, smokes a liner, 109. Pulled down the right field line. Just scorched line drive over the wall at 109. Like, Nelly Taylor's 9th percentile EV last year was 105, which is really good. That's well above MLB average. This is a JUCO bat, too. So it's not like he was like a full college guy. JUCO bat. He's really come into his own. Considering that Nelly Taylor missed some time during the spring with an injury, man, he looks fine. He looks good. Really, really good. So I'm in on the Nelly Taylor hype train. It's power, it's speed. The approach is good. I think it was like a 25% chase rate. Does he make enough contact? That's the question. And if he does, this bat's going to be good. Forgot I want to talk about Nazan Zentello. Zentello is interesting. He had a good approach Friday night. He walked 3 times, I think. The swing's fascinating, and I see why he struck out a lot last year. He ran really high strikeout rates in single A last year. He also missed some time due to injury, but there's a lot going on in the swing. Like, he barrel tips pretty bad. He's got a couple hitches, and I can see why he struggles to catch up to velocity. I saw him whiffing through like 92. The spring he was whiffing on like 89. The athlete's good, like really good athlete with Zentello, and that's worth noting that he is a good athlete. He's got some juice when he makes contact. He's got some speed. And the approach, like, I thought the approach was good. It's a small sample of looks, but I was pretty impressed with the approach. But Nas will need to make more contact. If Zentello wants to be and tap into those tools, it's going to be all about contact. But that's it. That was the recap of my live looks for the weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Hit subscribe here on the YouTube channel. Sub on your favorite podcast platform. And I'll be back this afternoon talking about the entire weekend recap of the minors. So hope you'll enjoy that and hope you'll come back later. And we'll talk about all the most important things from the minor league weekend.